Speaking from the Dust is a musical celebration of the Book of Mormon, where each song is sung from the perspective of Book of Mormon heroes.
With each one of these songs, I asked myself, what were these guys feeling as they went through all of these things? And when I did that, I connected with them on a way that I'd never done before. I felt like I was tapping into something that they had felt.
Some of the songs are from heroes we're very familiar with, but most are from the unsung heroes who are rarely mentioned, if at all.
I wanted to see who else was in the Book of Mormon. So we've got all these huge characters, these larger-than-life heroes in the Book of Mormon, and we need to relate to them as well, but that can be kind of tough. And so I tried to look to see if there was anybody there who was a little bit easier to relate to as well. So instead of maybe Captain Moroni, who we all love, what about the blacksmith, who made all the armor, who made all of the swords and the spears and everything? What was his story? What can we learn from him?
You're gonna make it through, whoa, whoa, like you always do, don't worry.
Each song reminds us of the humanity of each of these characters, that they lived and breathed, had passions and heartaches, struggles, and feelings of inadequacy.
Even some of the exceptional heroes like a Captain Moroni, I feel like these songs make them much more approachable, much more human and real, because they were. So you take like Captain Moroni and you think, well, yes, he was this great hero, but did he ever get lonely? Did he ever miss home? And so one of the songs that I wrote was a love letter between Moroni and his wife. And I remember as I wrote, I just had tears streaming down my face.
You came home today. Would you love me if I would say, don't throw it all away for a chance to see you again.
If we can connect to these heroes in a way we've never done before, we see ourselves in their struggles. We see that Alma the Younger was a victim of bullying. We see Abish was afraid to be a missionary. We see Sam struggling to follow the Lord's plan for him because he has no idea where he's being led.
When you can truly connect and relate to these heroes, you realize that the Book of Mormon really was written for our day. Their problems become our problems. We're right along there with them. And once you realize that their solution is the same as our solution. And that, of course, is Jesus Christ and His gospel.
With music that is far from boring, Speaking from the Dust will have you dancing in the aisles one moment and holding back tears the next.
I always wanted music that was faith-based and spiritually motivating, but that was also fun. It didn't have to be slow and reverent all the time. And I think sometimes we think that if we can't listen to music that would be perfect for a Sunday afternoon while we're reading our scriptures, that somehow that music is not worthy or it doesn't have any spiritual nourishment to it. I love that music for a Sunday afternoon, but I want music for a Monday morning when I'm getting ready to go to work or to school and ready to face the world day in and day out. Essentially, I wanted to create the soundtrack to putting on the armor of God. And so that's what we do here on stage. You know, the horns are blaring, the drums and the bass.
If you think you know everything there is to know about the Book of Mormon, think again. Whether you've never picked it up or you've been hearing these stories your entire life, there is more to know. There's more to connect with. There's more to feel.
It requires courage to be faithful. And this has always been true, but it's especially true in our day. But courage doesn't just grow on trees. We just don't wake up and we're courageous and ready to fight the fight. We need to be inspired. And so that's what I hope that Speaking from the Dust will do. I want you guys to be able to walk away from this show ready to stand up for your faith, ready to be happy and joyful as you walk through this world and try to live a faith-filled life.
The stories told lead me out of the dark, and I hear their voice speaking from the dust.